Working? It's working. Alright.
You know that movie?
Wait. Dirty Grandpa with Zac Efron
And Robert De
and
Niro.
Robert De Niro. I suppose I don't, because when you said Dirty Grandpa, I thought of Bad Grandpa, which, as we know, is the bad jackass overextending a sketch into a movie.
No, this one, I think it's like Zac Efron has to like scatter his grandma's ashes and taking his grandpa with him, and
Grandpa got to get into some shit.
Hilarity ensues.
Fucking hilarity ensues, exactly.
It's a pretty funny movie. I mean, he also has Neighbors. That was fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, I remember Neighbors. No, that was a pretty good watch.
This is The Greatest Show, or The Greatest Showman. I don't know if you're into musicals, but
I don't watch a lot of movies anymore. Granted, I did recently sit down and like basically not force, but you know how it is. I put it on and was like, we're watching this.
Mm-hmm.
I put on Gangs in New York for Courtney and Ray. And that is like a 2.5 hour movie.
yeah, I've never heard of it.
It's really good. It's not is it or no, it's not Orlando Bloom. It's not Jack from Pirates of the Caribbean. See, my brain does these things. It's not Johnny Depp or Orlando Bloom, but for some reason I think Jack, and my brain automatically goes to not the Titanic, but Pirates of the Caribbean
Leonardo.
because it's boats. Yes, it's Leonardo da Vinci. Yeah, listen to it. It's 5 a.m.
And you were asleep when I came in.
I just woke up.
20 minutes ago.
I just woke up. Leonardo da Vinci, the star of the movie Titanic. Yeah, DiCaprio.
Actually, I can see a little bit somebody doing that, like Leonardo da Vinci on the sinking Titanic and says, fuck this, and gets in his flying machine.
And nope. I'll never let go, Jack.
I already let go, bitch.
I've already got my diving suit.
He'd be prepared.
And Gangs of New York is
Warriors.
Jack from the Titanic. His dad ran a small gang in New York of
the same guy from Romeo and Juliet.
You're not wrong. The one with the sword guns.
That might be a fever dream, but I actually liked the movie.
That movie is a fever dream.
I watched it about a month ago.
It's straight up just like this really like gritty, dramatic like gang fight movie. It's got a little cut of romance in it and stuff.
Warriors.
But, brutal street fights. Like the opening scene is like this long setup of like one of the groups getting ready for combat, and then they meet up, like the two meet up, and then one team's like, we brought friends, like other gangs come in, like announce themselves.
Can you dig it?
But yeah, it's just like bloody fight in the street. Leonardo's dad runs one of the gangs and ends up losing, and then he gets like, he runs off before getting shipped away to the police to be taken care of because his dad dead now.
No, Danny. Spoiler alert.
And eventually, he comes back a man and kind of goes underneath the kind of makes himself like a close confidant of the man who killed his dad in order to kind of like regain revenge and starts up the bloody war again. A couple of decades later, all in the midst of whenever the draft is going on for the Civil War, or it's the midst of the Civil War, I think.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
I expected you to be like, oh, this is maybe the 70s.
No, this is like Lincoln
60s?
Lincoln stuff's going on right now in the midst of all this.
Yeah, this is going on in the 60s. Oh, the 1960s? No.
No, but yeah, you got people just brutally destroying each other in the streets.
That's hot. Sounds like a good time in France land.
It'd be harder for me. I'm bad at describing movies in a way that makes them seem entertaining or plots them out, but it's a very good movie if you're willing to sit down for a long time.
I am not.
Because it's a long movie.
The only movie that I really love that's like 3 hours long that I could watch like multiple times a year is, oddly enough, The Hateful Eight. It is a...
Good Western.
It's a Western suspense thriller, and even after knowing like everything that happens at the end, I will still watch that movie. I fucking love it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I think like Netflix had like a 4-part series where they broke them up into 50 minutes.
I did not know about that.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is like an extended edition. Extended edition. I'm not seeing what was the new one? Something in Hollywood. An actor in Hollywood. The new Quentin Tarantino movie.
Oh.
A Star in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in...
Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, was I actually right?
Yeah.
I'm slightly filled in.
I mean, it has a bunch of good actors in it, so I mean, something I thought I would want to watch, but I just haven't gone around to it.
Dude, I get that. That's like fucking Knives Out or shit like that.
I think they have like a sequel now.
Yeah, they do, but those are like some like star-studded casts, and I've never actually sat down to watch them, even when I've looked at them and been like, I bet that's really good.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's like a comedy, usually I just don't care.
I gotta really be in the mood. Like, I don't sit down and watch a movie. And for example, like, I sat down and I watched Gangs in New York the other day, and, you know, that was a couple fucking hours, and I was like, alright, I'm good on watching movies for the next month.
To me, it's just kind of like, I rarely watch movies because I'd rather play games, and then, like, by the time I go to bed, because after I get home, you know, I only have a few hours to actually do anything before I have to go to bed and get ready for work again. So I gotta like choose, do I want to play video games or what? By the end of it, you know, I just turn on like YouTube for the last 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's the way I look at it. I mean, generally, I think I prefer more things as a series than I do just outright
movie. Like, you want...
sitting down, watching a movie, and being done with it. Not only is it a longer investment of time at the moment, but you get less out of it in the long run. Like, with a series, I can sit and watch for an hour or two and then turn it off and come back the next day or a couple of days later and keep watching that, you know?
It's like how they took the Berserk anime from from '97 and they turned it into 3 movies. Well, even those 3 movies couldn't capture everything, so it lost a lot of substance trying to watch the movie, and I just don't like that 3D art style. It kind of upsets me. Like, I feel like I'm not gonna like the anime, so I'm just gonna have to buy the manga. But then I'm like, do I even want to buy the manga? Because so far there hasn't been a new one in like 2 years, I think. The rumor is that I don't remember who the guy was to the creator, but after the creator died, this other guy's supposed to take over, but I don't know if he has yet or not. Hopefully the original, or the creator left a bunch of, like, notes for, like, where it's supposed to end. Because I don't know if they've taken a hiatus or not, but if they've been running since, like, the 90s.
Yeah, that's one of those things. Like, you know, manga companies will, as long as you're selling issues, they're going to keep you going. But, you know, there are things that cause endings. You know, deaths being one of the common ones. Like, I would love to see Hunter x Hunter continued, but the guy who created is dead, and I don't want to see someone else and try to...
Dead Man Wonderland?
I don't want to see someone else come and try to just extend the story. It's one of those things where this is... Once your creators died, and, like, maybe, unless their dream wasn't fulfilled and you know how to finish it, go for it, but... If the creator's dead on a show that's been running, or, you know, a manga running long enough, if you really want to keep tapping into that, same universe, slight spinoff.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty. Like, there's this one book, I do not recommend it for anybody who is not, like, into dark shit, but it's just called Aztecs by Gary Jennings. It is very well done. The dude did his research. And so it is very informative, very educational, but it is so grotesque. You have to understand that humans are garbage, and they've been garbage for a long, long time. And if you can handle... I don't even know. Like, trying to figure out what's the worst. Like the incest or the child mutilation. Yeah. The human sacrifices would probably be the most, like,
yeah, no, I'm
digest.
gonna put this out there. Maybe it's a hot take, but I think child mutilation is worse than incest, especially if the incest is consensual. It's gross. I don't approve. Do what you want, you weirdos.
So what if it's... I know this is like an oxymoron, like children can't consent, but what if it's to like teenagers? Like it's still...
Two horny teens are two horny teens. You consented at that age.
But they're siblings.
Yeah, that's a problem, but it's also not as big of a problem as just
It's
straight
the main
up
character.
harming children.
It's the main character too. He gets raped by his sister.
Well, see, rape. I did say consensual is a factor.
Well, okay, it's consensual rape because he's like, you could have just asked. You didn't have to drug me. Because like you never experienced anything
so
like that.
it
She
was
gave him,
non-consensual rape, but he was okay with it.
Like yeah, it was non-consensual drugging, and then led to consensual.
Consensual sexing
with his sister, who's a little bit older than him. And the thing is, I'm like, oh, so the Aztecs were okay with that? Nope, they knew the risks. That's a lot of updates.
Yeah, that's because I don't let my thing auto-update. And because I so rarely play anything I own.
But the reason I brought up the Aztec is because the author died after the first book.
Oh shit, did it happen when the calendar ran out?
No, that's Mayans, you racists. How does that make you feel?
Mexico.
No, that's also racist, because you're wrong. Tequilizakadland, whoever the fuck you pronounce it.
Say what now?
There's a lot of T's and Q's in Azteca.
Tacticlan.
Yeah, that.
I only could even get that close because I played too much Civilization.
First I thought you were going to say Smite.
No.
Because the Qualacozoa. There's a lot of Q's. They never taught me how to use Q's in school.
That's because English don't like the letter Q that much.
Q is up there way too high in the alphabet. It belongs at the bottom with Z and Y.
Q is nothing but an O that got a piercing to try to look cool.
Like, let's be honest, and it's just a mullet. It's just an ugly fucking mullet. Y is used way more, so why doesn't Q go down there with X and Z?
Do you think there's actually a logical reason for the order of the alphabet besides standard memorization?
Yes. It looks fancy.
No, it doesn't.
Bullshit, you try to read it backwards.
People try to say it backwards all the time, usually with a slur.
Exactly. See, it's written perfectly because you can't do it backwards.
Yes, you can. You just have to learn that method of memorization. It's the same way as going do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, ti, si, fa, sol, mi, re, do. I totally stumbled, but you get my point. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do.
We learned mo, me, mi, my, mo.
Mo, me, mi, my, mo. Was that it?
Yeah.
You weren't even doing the whole scale.
That was what we did. It was mo, me, yeah, that was.
Mo, me, mi, ma, mo, ma, mi, mo.
Listen, I don't have range. I just get louder and quieter. That's my range, is the volume.
Oh, you can still hear the sleep rattling in my throat. I need to drink something.
I do gotta pee. I was watching a video. It's like a 3-year-old video, but it was of John DiMaggio.
Right.
And I did not know that's what he sounded like. He sounds exactly like Jake.
Jake from State Farm?
Jake the dog.
From State Farm?
No. Right, so the way he described it, it's like, yeah, it does make sense. He's like, it's just my normal voice, just with a hug around it. And then, like, he talks, it's like, yeah, I can see it.
I get that. I understand speaking with a hug. Getting a taste for a root beer, are you?
I love root beer. The only reason I got that is because someone got me it, and you can't deny free pop.
Yeah. I also like root beer. That's my, like, I'm out at a diner getting a meal, sitting down and eating. I get root beer with it if I'm not getting an alcohol.
Oh my god.
If root beer is an option.
So I got to AIT and, going 3 months of basic training with no sugar, like, it's hell for a fat kid like me. Well, then you get to AIT and they're like, hey guys, we don't give a shit what you do. Just pass your fucking test. Really? I go in there and they have like a standard pop fountain, you just and you get my tray, got all of my food and whatever. I was going to go sit down and I noticed a freezer with ice cream. So I was just, like, I had a moment where I was like, do I really want to make a root beer float on my first day at AIT? They're going to be so judgy.
Wait, what is AIT?
Advanced Individual Training.
Military stuff?
Yeah.
Oh.
What else have I done with my life? So I just mooch off your dog. Give me your love. Stop trying to molest me, Chris.
I was forced into this.
I don't know why. There's just something that turns a man on by seeing somebody else wear his shirt.
I guess it's taking something you probably want and wrapping it in something that you already possess.
Do I want you or possess you or both?
So toxic.
We're not gay, we swear. We just have gay sex occasionally. Remember, it's not gay to kiss the homies goodnight.
It's just tender and sweet.
It's fucked up so at work. There are two rumors about me, and they're both conflicting. People are confused. So I have a friend who happens to be a female.
Of course.
And the thing is, I'm really close friends with said female. But, hear me out. I'm a male who's attracted to females. She's a female attracted to males. But we don't fuck. And it blows everybody's minds. Like, holy shit, you're friends with a woman that
and you're
don't
not
put your dick
doing
in?
the sex stuff.
Like, no. You ever thought maybe women just want someone to talk to? No? Okay. So it's either I'm fucking this chick or I'm gay. So which is it? I don't know. People keep asking me. It's like, hey, you two dating? It's like, no. We're just friends. Hey, are you gay? Didn't you just ask me yesterday?
Yeah, but they gotta confirm.
I'm gonna start telling people that I married her for her insurance. Like, I get the insurance through her job. Just to see if people be like, wait, you guys work at the same place?
Use Mr. Potato Head here, give you a mustache job. Hey.
Oh, Mr. Potato Head, tell me, how do you afford that surgery? Does a new face come with a warranty? Will a pretty face make you better?
I haven't listened to that song in a hot minute.
I probably listened to it like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's on my Spotify.
I prefer Ash Nico over Melanie Martinez.
I don't like pop, but sometimes I'll just find a pop song. You ever heard... This is one thing I want to bring up. You probably know more about outsider music. It's music that cannot be created intentionally. It's something that's so far out there that it was intended to be something else, but it's just unique and not always a good way. For example, like Kurt Cobain's favorite band isn't even a band. It was 3 girls who were forced to record an album by their dad, even though they had no artistic talent. Like, he went to a fortune teller, and the fortune teller said, your daughters will be famous musicians, so he pulled them out of school, sold a bunch of his shit to buy instruments and to have them go and record. And without knowing how to do shit, they just recorded it, a whole fucking album. And it's considered outsider music because it's not...
It's music made by non-musicians.
Yeah,
It's not music that isn't made. It's music made by people who aren't.
I mean, like music that can't be intentionally made. You can't try to make something that's that out there. You can try to make stuff, but you'll probably end up sounding like something else.
This feels like a weird gray area of speech.
Like, I don't know, I don't want to say like they're just shitty artists because I've been listening to one guy. He's not great. He sucks at singing, but
You don't have to have a good voice or even be good at, vocal control. Like, music's music. It can be made by anyone and sound any way it wants. It's just some of it's non-uniform, I suppose. It doesn't fit into the category of many others because it's made with a different kind of charm.
Like this one, like one song called "Rock and Roll McDonald's." He's just like, McDonald's hamburgers are the worst. A Big Mac has 28 grams of fat, while a Whopper has 26 grams of fat. Rock and roll McDonald's, rock and roll McDonald's. And it's like, it's so fun to just say dumb shit like that. And I was like, well, what else does this guy have? So I started listening to his other shit. It's just as terrible, but I love it. Like, Suck a Moose's Ass. It's just a whole song, quotations, of just random animals. Either suck its ass, suck its balls, or suck its dick.
Yeah.
Suck a moose's ass. Bite a moose's dick. Eat a squirrel's ass. Suck a dog's dick. Or, I whooped Batman's ass. Apparently the dude had a huge following.
Yeah, no, you can definitely get places with humor. I mean, if you look hard enough within my library, you could find a song called The Cum Zone.
I cum blood.
I mean, you're not that far off.
We talked about that last time.
Only cum in anime girls. Welcome to the cum zone. Like, he just does movie guy voice through the whole thing and just keeps saying, like, dramatic cum phrases. Come blast me and make it snappy.
See, there's Spotify. Okay, so you don't use Spotify, do you? You use something else?
Yeah, I don't use Spotify.
So, like, kind of like how music or YouTube Music probably does, where it just kind of randomly selects stuff that's close to it.
Yeah. It tries to cater.
So it played a song that was in that weird outsider music, and it was the I like little girls, they make me feel so good. And I had to
song.
So okay, I don't want to defend the song, but it's of the times. It was made in like the 70s, 80s.
Yeah, I know, I get that.
And like when you start to listen to songs from that era, they do reference little girls a lot.
Yeah.
Like, little girl, what's your name? Tell me what's your name. And what is Little Sister? There's only one song that I know.
Cry, like, little sister.
That's the only song. It's not a literal sister. That sounds too sexual. I mean, it just sounds like a dirty song to me.
The song's definitely got some, like, late night energy. But maybe that's because it's well known to be, coinciding with a vampire movie.
Yeah, come to your brother. What the fuck? I hope that picked up.
The cat?
That was cute.
Yeah, I think it did.
Good. We should just make a whole video of that. 30 minutes of cat sounds. Make more sounds. Make more sounds, sombrero gato.
Sombrero gato. Is sombrero's not? Is that even the Spanish word for hat?
The book is called El Gato in Sombrero.
The Cat in the Hat. Fair enough.
I tried reading it. It didn't work. I'm not good at Spanish. I can barely do English.
You know you don't have to pronounce the words in your head, right?
What do you mean?
You don't have to be good at Spanish to read Spanish.
Just speak whatever you see. Just a bunch of gibberish. That's offensive. We do not believe Spanish is gibberish. German, on the other hand, what the fuck is a poopin' fartin'?
Really? I can tell you what a poopin' fartin' is. I'm pretty sure I'm generating some now.
I swear to you, a toilet in Germany is not called a poopin' fartin'. Wikipedia says otherwise.
Oh my god.
Who are you going to believe, Wikipedia or the Germans?
Reminded me of that TikTok or whatever that was getting popular where I was just like saying certain words in different languages. And the girl doing German or whatever is constantly losing her mind over how ridiculous they sound compared to the others.
Krabbenschnaff. Ambulance. Ambulance. Goshen
By the time they get to airplanes, he's just like, Flugzeug!
It's weird because German has some words that I'm pretty sure Vater or Vader. Like, it sounds like father. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's Vader, isn't it? Because Vader? Is Darth Vader?
Vader.
Well, Vader doesn't sound like a German word.
Holy shit. Was he named Vader because he was his father?
I'm pretty sure that's...
I am your Vader.
I'm pretty sure they did. That was the whole thing. I remember seeing a meme a long time ago about how...
So wait, are you telling me Darth Vader is really just Dark Daddy?
Dark Daddy!
Choke me, Dark Daddy!
Oh my god.
It really is just force choke me, Dark Daddy. What have I done to Star Wars?
Oh, there's already been Star Wars.
No, I get that. If there isn't some porn where Vader is choking a bitch...
Choke me harder, Daddy!
Like, but that's not my point.
He accidentally just goes away too hard. Canonically? What is the move? Canonically?
Yeah, you said canonically, and I was like, no, it's Anakin. Canonically.
Cananican. Wait, didn't you have a character in something, Anakin?
What?
Trying to think if you had from one of the hundreds of games we fucked off with, had some spoof-ass character of Anakin, but it's irrelevant.
But I don't remember.
Probably
not.
Like, I'm not a canon whore, but like, if Darth Vader's in a porno,
But bitches love cannons.
they're wrong. Darth Vader would never fuck another woman.
Because of the damage?
Well, yeah, he probably could if he wanted to, but he won't.
Here's the trick, though, and like, hear me out. This is kind of like the like a no touching rule. Since he's basically like just ripped flesh from the waist down. You know, well, his legs burnt off, but he got his dick definitely got ruined in that heat.
I don't know. It was in the dirt. Maybe some singed balls.
He was dragging it through dirt that had been like laying next to lava. That dirt is hot.
But it's sanitary.
That thing has gotta be, if it's still there, it's gotta be the most like, you know when you overcook a hot dog and it doesn't bust?
Split. Oh, and it doesn't.
So it just like boils and bloats.
Or one that's been cooking at a 7-Eleven for too long.
Yeah.
Ew.
You know, it's got those blisters on it, and it's knobbly, and like maybe someone's into that feeling, but I bet it's too sensitive now. In the worst way.
Pleasure.
So now he just has to like use the force.
Oh my god, you ever had like a bad...
Can he just go, ah, and get you from a distance with a fist?
He guaranteed could grab an ass from a distance. But...
He gonna grab him by the pussy.
Like, you know how if, like, when you have a bad sunburn, like a really bad sunburn, like, you'll get, like, bumps on it? Like,
Yeah. I've had third degree. I mean, I've had sun poisoning before. I didn't used to have freckles.
Same, yeah. That's how I got mine. So, he would have a self-lubricating, dick.
Wonder if that machine gives him the work.
I mean, if you were 90% machine, I'd have one that's just, like, a functional pocket pussy at all times. Why not?
And this is actually now just a tangent, but wasn't that suit they put him in just some like prototype ass fucking thing? Like it doesn't seem like they were planning to put him in a suit for the rest of his life. You know what I mean? It's got the it's got the shitty respirator on it.
You're talking about, like, did they make the machine for him, like, then and there? Or
did they make Vader the suit because he got injured? Did they put him in the suit because he got injured?
They put him in it because he got... Or they made the suit because he was injured, so everything is made for him. It's like, I wonder, does he have, like, his own bathroom in there?
I mean, yeah, he's a spacesuit. Spacesuits have little, like, you know, spots to hold all your waste.
Oh my god, do Jedi have to wipe?
I'd say yes, but they can always, like, they could probably, like, use the Force to blast the poo from their body.
Exactly, or they just, like, open up their assholes a little bit.
They just go, whoo! And they just go, boom! I mean, it's basically like an extra fart that dusts it all away.
These are the questions that need answered. How do Jedi poo?
Does Anakin's dick still work?
Do they use bidets?
Jabba the Hutt does.
They probably have a fucking, like...
Ain't no way that man can wipe.
They got a sponge on a saber.
That motherfucker either uses a bidet or leaves a snail trail.
Pretty sure
and he definitely already leaves some kind of trail.
He's an emperor. He can do what he wants. Whatever. Look at you laying down like Jabba the Hutt, you fat fuck. Give me that belly. Hot cat. I like kitty. Meow.
How dare you pet her?
She's more like, why'd you stop petting me? Cats love me. Why do you think I've won the ultimate ending of Boyfriend Dungeon?
Cats love him. Here's 12 reasons how you can be like him.
First, get very, very sad. Find a cat and give all your love to it. And eventually, just like everybody else, it will leave you. So then you get a dog.
Except you don't have a dog.
I do. It's just my mams.
My mams.
He's getting old. He's like 10 years old now.
Yeah,
How old do Shih Tzus live to be?
Oh, I don't know. Lifespans differentiate with breeds.
I don't know. That's why I said a Shih Tzu specifically.
I've never raised a shit.
I did.
I raised a pit.
It weighed 15 cutics. That's the measurement of poo. According to South Park.
I thought it was the measurement of coffee pods.
Could be. God, could you imagine how many coffee pods are in, like, the trash?
Yes. A lot. Because everyone likes their single-serve convenience now.
People bitch about, like, straws and shit, but so at work, we have earplugs that are in plastic that come in another plastic container. And it's not like the thin plastic, like, you know, like your normal, like, little baggies of earplugs. But that comes in now another one of thicker plastic with, like...
weird waveform.
Like, I don't know, it's not even see-through. It's, like, pretty thick. It's like
Just comes wrapped in an aglet.
Like, this is a fucking plastic in plastic. It's like, why so much waste? And at the same time, we have a machine that you can just crank the handle and drop them. Like, I'm not a goddamn hippie, but shit. Maybe don't use so much plastic.
I use a fair amount of plastic. I'd be a liar if I didn't say I buy my bottled water.
Yeah. I try to get, like, the bigger water bottles. It's, I don't know, it probably has less plastic in it, but it's, like, something that's I only need, like, a day.
No, I basically, if I'm not drinking alcohol, I'm drinking water.
That's why I'm never
And I've
hungover.
got, due to some poor experiences throughout my years, I don't really like to fuck with tap water unless I'm, like, real thirsty and there isn't an option. So I gotta have a case of bottled water lying around.
Why don't you get, like, one of those special Brita filters?
Mostly for the excuse of money.
Oh, yeah. I get that zero. I don't know if I would want that 0.0 filter.
And, like, I don't know, like, yeah, a filter probably does its job, but I've ran into some, like, serious health concerns in my tap water before, and, like, I don't know if I could trust a filter to just handle that.
Well, yeah, it's coal. Or charcoal.
No, I don't disagree with the potential. I just suppose I'm more comfortable with what I do. This cat, dude.
I like your cat. I am currently scratching her head with a Mr. Potato arm. And she loves it.
So back in the day when they sold Mr. Potato headsets, did you just get the, like, arms and legs and hat and, like, mustache and all that?
And the original, yeah.
And then you just put it on a real potato?
Yeah. They're knife, or, like, what am I looking for? Like, dart shit. They had, like, points at the end. You would just stab into it.
See, like, that was something that literally just occurred to me. Because, you know, since our time, Mr. Potato Head has always been a full-size toy that had the fake plastic potato in it, you know?
Yeah, but, like, what would it look like beforehand?
I thought, at one point, did they just sell a set of, like, body parts that you stuck onto a potato?
One thing I would like to get is, like, different toys of dinosaurs throughout the ages. Like, you look like dinosaurs, you know, 100 years ago.
You want to find, like, over the years, the way dinosaur toys have changed.
Yeah, like, try to get a
with the way our
realistic one.
views of them have changed.
Like, you know, like, you could easily make shitty plastic ones that are $5 for a pack of 100. But, you know, Walmart sells some that are actually, you know, like $12, something like that. And they're actually kind of realistic looking. But they're still not factually realistic. They're what we would have thought of them about 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah. What? Basically, people now are still making dinosaur toys that look like what they thought dinosaurs looked like
Look at
when they
Park.
were kids.
Look at Jurassic Park. They're still doing the same shit.
Yep. They're still scaly. They've, I can't say I know enough about dinosaurs to tell you what someone's doing wrong.
Well...
Look at me admitting ignorance. I struggle with that.
I can, because I like dinosaurs. Men will choose one thing to base their personality off of. Cars, dinosaurs, or comic books. What was the fourth one?
Cars, dinosaurs, comic books, video games?
I feel like comic books and video games go so hand in hand, like nerds.
I fully disagree. There are so many people and so many kinds of video gaming out there. Like, you're telling me that a person who, like, their biggest type of gaming is, like, Sims 4 or Candy Crush is reading comic books?
No, like, is it appropriate to call Candy Crush a mom game?
A what game?
Mom.
Yes. Because it is a older white person game for what it's worth.
It's an older white
Look, maybe all the genders and all the races are playing the Candy Crush. But when I think of Candy Crush, I think of fucking middle-aged white women who are out there beating 2,000 levels so quick that the fucking producers are trying to keep up.
Like, they're there 24/7 typing her away.
Because, I mean, growing up, my grandma had the desktop computer, and she played Mahjong and Zumba
Bejeweled.
and Peggle and Bejeweled and, like, the Seek and Find games. Like, those are middle-aged white woman games. Am I wrong?
A middle-aged white woman that plays the clicking games.
Yeah, the point-and-click Seek and Find games where it's just, like, a room that is the biggest hoarder mess you've ever seen, and then they give you, like, a list of things to find.
I just saw a picture.
And it's always some, like, fucking murder mystery adventure at the same time or some shit.
But do you remember the I Spy books?
Well, of course. I mean, those have to be as, like, prolific as Where's Waldo.
They're so awesome. Like, I didn't like Where's Waldo. Like,
well, yeah,
I
because
get
Where's Waldo is just looking for the same guy in a crowd of people, and who wants to scan a crowd of people? That's a fucking hassle.
It's like, oh, look for 3 marbles? I can do that. Oh, they have to be cat eyes?
Now, how about this, though? Because this falls right in that category.
What is the marble called? Cat eye or tiger eye? You know what I'm talking about? It's like the blue one that has like the gold.
I mean, I go to cat eye, but, you know, tigers are big cats. But, like, this falls in the same category as, like, your Where's Waldo and your Seek and Find. Well, what is your opinion on Spot the Difference?
Talking about, like...
Like, here's a picture, here's the same picture.
Like, talking about, like, anyone or, like, a specific book?
Just, I suppose, like, as a whole, the Spot the Difference genre... It's one of those things, like, it draws me in at first because I'm like, man, I don't want to do this, but then you start looking anyway, and then you find a few, and then it starts to get difficult. I'm like, man, I didn't want to do this. Why am I still doing this? I'm done.
I enjoy them only if the picture is interesting to look at for, 2-3 minutes.
Like, I was scrolling Twitter the other day, and I saw an image like that, and it was like, spot the 8 differences in this image. And I scanned pretty hard. I was looking at, like, the details of, like, the squiggle lines on, like, the ruffling of clothing and stuff. I was looking that close at this point. And I found, like, the clock was moved slightly, and, like, the knife she was using to, like, butter her toast wasn't there in one of the pictures. And that was it.
Like, where are the other 6?
What? It's like, you're fucking playing, dude. There ain't 8 here. And then it's like, at that point, you're literally
9.
just, so determined that you can't be wrong that you're going to tell someone else they're lying to you. It's like, no, there's only 2 differences here, motherfucker. You're just saying 8 to fuck with me and keep people engaged. Like, you want comments about, where's the others? They're not there. But you know what? That's actually a good way to get engagement. Lie.
Yeah, so if you can spot the 8 differences in this audio recording, like and subscribe. Don't do that.
What are they comparing it to?
These robot nuts. What are they still making videos? Epic Rap Battles of History.
I think
Who are they still? Oh,
I don't know. I definitely know, like, every now and then they still, they get fed through my YouTube very rarely. So, like, I don't know if they're still doing it, but they were still doing it for a while after I stopped watching.
yeah. Like, I'm only really fucked with, like, the era with Goku versus Superman, Master Chief versus.
Well, you see,
Leonidas.
yeah, I was in high school. I was listening. I was catching the early ones basically as they were coming out, like an Epic Lloyd and
Fine Peter.
yeah, Nice Peter, and Epic Lloyd. Speaking of Nice Peter, dude, I love his fucking Superman Socks song.
The only one I know about him is
Superman
Nom Nom Nom
Socks. And I was back at, like, catching those as they were coming out regularly enough that I was there when they were, like, mentally devolving during the intros. Yeah, like, it started out, epic rap battles of history! And then their point where it was going,
Just start having fun with it. Can't be mad at him for that.
like, I was just there watching them mentally degrade over the weeks.
Like, most of them, it's always like, who won, you decide.
Oh my god, I just turned into a turkey. Like, I was just doing fucking farm chicken noises there.
But you remember the Superman versus Goku one?
Nope.
So,
I very, very little memory of those songs.
Apparently English, too. So, I would say it's one of the only ones where there's a clear winner, and it's just because the last sentence Goku says. It's, there's only one way that this battle's going to end, one more Superman who is never going to walk again.
Oh, I remember that
It's
one
like,
now.
yeah. I used to know that whole, like, who could stop this constipated jock with the awful animation and the complicated plot.
No, mine was Vader versus Hitler. That's the one that I have a pretty decent little memory of.
Yeah, step on my
I got a carbonite bath for your goose-stepping ass.
You can suck on
Call up my homeboys in Israel, so you got the last laugh.
It's like, you can suck up on these. These what, sir?
These robot nuts! See, I told you they had to replace it.
What, these or...
Yeah, his testicles.
Oh.
It came full circle.
why do we keep talking about
Darth
robot
Daddy
nuts?
and his dick is back.
Dark Daddy. We need to make a porno of Star Wars now, Dark Daddy. What you doing? Going back to sleep. Father.
I'm just trying to get some love. You're gonna push me away like I'm
Fuck this podcast.
common whore. Fuck you guys.
Later.